Hey guys, so I have a process video for you guys. It's a funny masculine birthday card. So that is a Gina K stamp set. And she makes rubber stamp sets, but she also started doing the photopolymer. And I also showed a little clip of um, a little gift card insert with that lion. It went too fast. Anyway, this is a regular A for A4 size card, A2 size card, where it's four and a quarter by 5.5. And so I am using Memento Tuxedo Black just to stamp the image on, and I used Nina's Solar White for that, and I am going to do some Copic coloring. So I'm just looking to see what colors to choose. And I chose E53 and E000 for my skin tones. So, like I said in previous videos, I just like to check out the colors to make sure that's the colors and whether they blend well together or go well together. It's not too stark or drastic a difference in colors. So I like this stamp because it shows, you know, the lines, they do their own shading. So that's C7 and C5, C3. So I'm doing the suit jacket. But like I was saying, this shows a lot of like the lines where it kind of guides you as to where you can do the darker shades or darker coloring. So I usually do it like anything that will cast a shadow. I do the darker areas, like where the man's hand is underneath. All that jacket will be darker because it's in the shade or shadow. And then for the pants, I decided I did a darker the next two colors. So for the suit jacket, I used C3, C5, and for the pants, I used C5, C7, just so it wouldn't look like one big blob. I like to do, you know, a shade darker. And I like to ground the image, so I just do a little ground. That's what you call it. I draw a little like base around him. And then I just used black for the black hair and then also black for the shoes. And I think I used W7 as well. I'm sorry, I'm not good at showing the colors. These are just the blues I have. I'm just trying to figure out what colors. This probably takes the longest time just to figure out the colors. And I decided to make it a chocolate frosted cake. Chocolate frosting with vanilla cake with chocolate frosting. Like it really matters. And so I decided to do a blue party hat and blue ribbon with, I think, yellow. And I did the hat kind of funny. I don't know how I tried to blend it in, but I think I made it too dark. Anyway, that's the image. And so I am going to, so I don't know if you saw, it was Midnight Blue by MFT, which is what the card base was. And then I'm trying to see, I'm thinking, oh, it needs balloons. So I am using, this is my new purchase from MFT, and I think it's called Party Balloons. So I'm just trying to get my Cuttlebug to suction to my table. So A plate, C plate, and B plate. And then I'm putting the die. I'm actually looking for scrap piece of paper. So die goes down, paper, then the die goes down, and then sandwich with the B. And it cut out smoothly. Love their dies. And so it's a lot of is trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. with the image and placement. And I'm just going in. I have no idea what I was going to do for this card. I like the image, and then um, just thinking, oh, balloons would be nice. So I kind of put the stamps onto the die cuts already, and I'm trying to figure out, I am going to cut him out and mat him out. So I'm looking at the measurements. So it's 3¼ by, I think it was 2. So I'm just doing an inch larger all around, or that was 2½, so 2¾ for the mat. And then just trying to visualize what it would look like with the balloons. They're die cut, so I will pop dot them. Just go ahead and figure out what colors I want to use. So I go for my new Memento Luxe. I think that's the Danube Blue. And I want to see how it would look. They stamp out great. Because look, that's like a solid image. And I just show you how nicely the coverage was. And I also show whether it's stained. I think it's stained a little bit, but that's all right. If it's stained, it shows that I've been using it. So that's a good sign, I think. And so I'm looking for, I guess, another color. Yeah, I'm looking for a yellow, and I'm going to use it for the striped one. I always kind of test it out on like Xerox paper just to see if that's the color I like, and sometimes just stamping wise whether I'm putting enough pressure or enough ink. So I'm doing that, and then I'm looking for red ink, and that's Colorbox Doodlebug and Ladybug, I believe. And I got that at, like, I don't think I showed the haul video. It was like from Scrapbook Steals, I think. And I love the Colorbox inks. Colorbox inks. They have such good coverage. I don't know whether this is pigment or chalking, but wow, I was so impressed with this doing the balloon. Because look, it was like flawless. So I'm like, let's see if it works again. So beautiful. Just look. I mean, no splotchiness, nothing. And it stains a little, but like I said, I don't really care. So here are my, oops, I'm not really in the frame. There we go. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put all the balloons and what sentiment to use. So I think I choose another Memento Luxe ink, but I think it's Nautical Blue that I'm using. And that's more of the navy, a darker shade than the balloon. So that matched more of the card base. So I was like, I could do black, but I chose the navy since the card base was navy. And then I'm trimming it down because I will pop dot it on the image and fit it on somehow. So I'm making a mat for that as well. So you can actually see it. It won't just be floating around. And the ink did get smudged a little because it was really juicy for some reason. It was juicier than the other blue. So, or I think for sentiments, you don't have to press down that hard, or else it will like blotch up on you. So I grabbed my, that is the mat that will sit on top of the card base. So I was like, I want something that looks like confetti, I guess. So I chose the Gold Lame and Honey Swap, and I just dabbed it on, and there were just some areas that were a little too stark. So I'm letting it dry. I am impatient, so I use my heat tool. And so I want to see. You can't really see the mat because I have a black mat, like work mat. So it's hard to see that there is a mat, a cardstock base. And then I think it's a little too big, the sentiment, so I trim it a little. First I adhere everything because I don't like too many pieces floating around because I know that needs to be matted, and I do decide to mat that down. So there, I know I'm gonna, because the gentleman is looking, you see kind of a profile shot, and he's looking to the center. I decided to put him more towards the right, because if he was smack in the middle, I don't know, I think he'd be looking out into I don't know where, but so it looks more like he's looking at the sentiment, I guess. So it will draw your eye. And then also the happy birthday to you is centered up there too. So it's all left of him, in case you guys are wondering my thinking, my thought process with that. So what I miss? Oh, let me see. So adhering him down, I use regular ATG tape because I didn't want to pop dot that. Then I actually trim that, and I need to trim it even more. And I hate cutting because I do not cut straight. And look, of course I don't cut straight. But that was my only choice. So then I trimmed that down some more. Yeah, I really do not like using a scissor. It always comes out all crooked. So there you go. I pop dot that up though. And then here I am. I'm going to use those little squares to pop them up. And I just put the blue there in the center because I know that is going to be the balloon all the way in the front. And then the other ones are going to be behind it. So it's more just for placement. And then now I pop dot that one. And I just put it on the bottom. And oh, I was looking at the stamp set to see the strings, and then I was like, oh, it would have been, it's just easier, I think, just to draw in my lines, I guess. So it looks like it's floating. And then it's still, to me, a lot of white space. It looks really bare to me. So I'm like, uh-oh, I'm going to try something. Because I can't really splatter anymore, or else it'd go all over his image unless I mask it. So I'm like, oops, I'm all out of frame. Sorry, guys. But I'm like dotting it. I have a scratch piece of paper that I'm kind of dotting it. And then I'm like, should I use the navy? And then I'm like, it's just too dark. I don't think I do that. So I have some Martha Stewart glitter glue. Kind of like stickles. I could have used stickles, but this has a really nice fine point. So I just kind of put that around so it's a little glitter. And you notice when I first squeezed it, all this like watery stuff came out first. You'll see there. And you just have to do that to kind of prime it, I guess. Not prime it, but just to make sure when you put it on your actual project, you don't have that big blob of water come out or glue. So I just went crazy and I put confetti all over. And that's my card. Hope you like it. Oh, wait. The inside sentiment. I'm like, oh, these sentiments are so funny. And so it says, you know you're old when. And then I chose to do the one when your ears are hairier than your hair. The hair on your head or something. Than your head. So I thought... that'd be funny. And this card is for my husband. I'm so mean. But I think he'll get a kick. I'll get a kick out of it. I mean, we've been married 10 years, I think. So that's the card. Hope you guys like it. Let me know. Thanks for...